What is going on, you guys? This is Ryan from Wadfigs here, and welcome back to another edition of Mail Call. Here we've got a envelope from Amazon. Inside is a newer figure. I mean, it is pretty new. I would consider it from the Then, Now, and Forever Elite series, which sort of took me out of place. And I think on one of my old 2K15 live streams, I said that I wanted this guy and maybe even this attire. I don't really know, but we've got Tyler Breeze, who I am a huge fan of. I've always wanted an elite Tyler Breeze, and now we actually have one, so I can do something with the custom I have. We've got the blue, turquoise, I don't know, attire here that we're going to be taking a closer look at. I think it's pretty interesting, the comparisons they do with the Then, Now, and Forever series. I don't know who The Rock has. I think his dad. I know Bam Bam Bigelow has Kevin Owens and Rusev as Iron Sheik. Not sure about those, but Tyler Breeze has Shawn Michaels, which is an interesting choice. But we're going to get Breeze out of his packaging, which is pretty dented, and take a look at the first ever Elite Tyler Breeze. With the limited wrist articulation on these WWE figures, it is kind of hard to get him to do the actual selfie stick pose and actually line it up, because this is really the best he can do, I think, unless maybe if you didn't put it in all the way, but then it's just pointing towards the ground, you know, so that is a little bit difficult. But we do have the selfie stick, which just have some nice sculpting around it, blue and silver. The phone is just like a black piece of plastic, but on the back, actually, now realizing it, it does have like a little camera thing up there to make it look like a phone, but no screen is on. Would have been cool if we got something like the Dean Ambrose camera where it's white or something, so it looks different, but it does fit into his right hand, which is open, so he can just pop on the selfie stick and use it as a weapon or something. And then he's got his fur coat, which is the normal hard, actually, yeah, I think it's just the normal hard plastic that the older-ish figures had. The fur design is sculpted on all around, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I think it is pretty easy to remove, so I don't think they needed to use the softer rubber, so that should be fine. You can put that on any figure you want. And I'm not sure, before I got this figure, I was really scared they were going to give him the Seth Rollins legs. Actually, let me see if I can get my Elite 45 just to show you guys the leg difference, because the Seth Rollins legs are really thin and they get loose pretty quickly because they have the ball joint in there. So I haven't even used this thing really besides a couple pictures for my last pick fed, but it's not that it's loose, but it's not really that stiff like a newer figure would, like he is. And this one, I can't tell if this is Christian, which I don't. It looks like a smaller version of the Stardust, and it's got those same pegs, so that's why I feel like it's not Christian. So I don't know if this is a new leg mold or I'm missing something out, but he's got the blue wrist tape on his right arm and the black on the left arm. Then he's got the belt going all the way around with some painted on buckle there, not sculpted on. And then he's got the little line design going on both sides, and the blue tassels, or the kick pad covers, I don't really know what you'd call these, around the boots. When I made my Elite custom Tyler Breeze, I used kick pads for him, because when you use the boots with these things, it tends to move up and down a lot if you're using it or posing it or whatnot. I just feel like with boots, they're a larger mold, it would prevent that. But no big deal. I don't even think he wears kick pads, and this figure is awesome. Now looking at it, he's got the basic head skin, which I completely forgot to mention, and the normal Shawn Michaels torso or whatever. I think this looks really great. Nothing really bad about it, honestly. I mean, this is basically the perfect Tyler Breeze. It was everything I wanted. I can't wait to use it, and I'll probably make another custom out of the Tyler Breeze that I have now, that custom. So we'll see, but waiting for a Tyler Breeze for a very long time, and it is really good. Alright, I'm tired of saying where these are from. I'm just going to cut it open. You can tell by the tape on the front where this is from, and if you can't, I'm sorry for you, but I never really looked at this as something that I really wanted until I just started kind of watching some videos on it and stuff. This is the, I believe it's Toys R Us exclusive John Cena in the debut attire, if I'm correct. Oh, I actually didn't know. It actually does talk about Kurt Angle on the back. That is very interesting. Hopefully we get an Angle figure one day. But this is a really, really interesting figure. I mean, from what I know, and I was someone who wanted a debut CENA for a while, and this came out, and no one really talked about it, and it was one of those Toys R Us exclusives that was at retail for a little bit, and then it just kind of disappeared. I don't know if I'm wrong on that one or not, but it seems like this was not at retail for a really long time, and this is one of those figures a lot of people talked about being for a ringside exclusive and stuff, and then it came out and then no one talked about it. So we're gonna go ahead, open this up, take a closer look at the accessories and the figure itself. I know a lot of people are probably confused as to why he comes with the titles he held later on, like the US that I believe he held in like 2004, and then the later WWE Spinner Championship. And if you really think about it, there's not much that this guy could have came with. He didn't really have, I believe, much like entrance attire. He was just like tights and boots guy. And these are the same accessories that come with the Defining Moments John Cena, and I already did a sort of review on that guy, so I'm not going to really pay attention to it. Here we've got, I believe, a new Cena head scan. I'm almost positive it is, or the face is similar, and he's got some different hair, because it was a little bit different back then. He's got the Triple H torso and the old Cena torso they used to use for him, some jacked up arms, some red wrist tape with some black outline, and that design kind of goes on the trunks as well. Some red knee pads and some long red and black boots. It is kind of weird owning a Cena figure that isn't in jeans. It feels odd. I wasn't watching wrestling at the time when he wore this, so it's kind of weird to like mess around with the Cena that isn't in jorts. But you know what? It is a good figure. I'm not sure what the mass opinion on this guy is. So if you guys have thoughts on this figure, if you have it, let me know. It does look pretty cool. Pretty cool exclusive. They could have just made it a regular Elite, since it comes with, I guess, what a regular Elite would come with, but I like it. I like it. Nothing, I don't really have any complaints about it. I may have used a different torso for it, like the Sandow, something just a little bit slimmer, but Cena's a jacked guy, so honestly, no problem with it. Overall, it's a pretty good figure. Here we've got our second to last package, at least from this place, who I'm not going to say anymore. I've had this before. It was $15, and I really want to get it again and hope that the one I have here is better. It's the Elite 42, I think. I'm not sure. 41. Dean Ambrose. Last time I had this, I really was not pleased with it, so I'm hoping the torso is much better from last time, but it was on sale, so if it's not really that big of a deal. And it's not. It's the same thing. I really don't understand why they would use this torso, which, like, it barely moves. Barely moves up and down. It's super stiff. It's just not a playable torso. I don't know how people use this guy. It's a good looking figure for pictures and stuff, but for use I'm not sure. It is really disappointing, but like I said, it was on sale, so I'm okay with it. The rest of it, I've already gone over this before. Accessories are cool. I'm happy to take pictures with this and everything, but using it, that's a no. Alright you guys, so I actually just got back for the first time in a while toy hunting, and as you can see here, there really wasn't a lot of things, but I did pick up 2 figures, and also there was the NXT Authentic Scale or whatever scale ring, which I think I am going to pick up eventually, but I did wind up getting 123 Kid and the Toys R Us exclusive Ringmaster Steve Austin. I'm not going to be reviewing these guys necessarily because these figures really aren't in high demand like that Elite 45 Seth Rollins and whatnot. These are kind of just common figures, but 123 Kid has been in my cart on Amazon multiple times because he's really cheap on there and I've wanted to get him for a while. Never really pulled the trigger on him, so I found him here and I just thought I had to get it. Same thing for Ringmaster Steve Austin. As for these two, they're pretty cool, you know, they're not amazing figures. I do definitely prefer the Ringmaster Steve Austin over the 123 Kid, but it does have a lot of really cool designs on it, and I do enjoy. These are both pretty obscure figures, so I think that's why I like them. They're going to stand out a lot. Didn't realize for a while that the Steve Austin actually had some dark green tights, which is a really nice detail. I love the head scan. I just love this figure overall. One of the first documentaries I ever watched was the Steve Austin documentary, and he talks a lot about the Ringmaster character, and I think it's pretty cool that we got a figure like this, and it's also my first ever $1 million title, which is pretty cool. So these are just some pretty random pickups, but they add to my flashback collection, which is growing a lot, and I definitely want to do another flashback collection video pretty soon. Let's move on to something else. Alright, you guys, here we have our final package. This, of course, from... I'm not going to say it. Here we go. Gonna get this open, and as you can see, this is the Elite 44 Braun Strowman. I really did not want to get this figure at all. But I just started looking at it more and more, and it's kind of warming up to me, and seeing it for the price that it was, I thought I just had to get it. And it's a ginormous figure. It's going to stand out a lot, just like the other two I was just talking about. So let's go ahead, open this guy up, and take a closer look. And here we've got Braun out of his packaging, and this is a really, really unique figure. It's really interesting. We've got the black sheep mask that he comes with which barely just fits on his face because of his beard and everything, but it's just the same thing, I believe, as the Eric Rowan, just in a different color. As for the head skin, I think it's good. I wish we would have gotten an expression on his face. It's just so kind of monotone and nothing that I don't know, it just kind of doesn't do it for me. But he's got some long hair, and of course that giant beard. I'm not sure if this is a new torso mold or not. It kind of looks like the Big Show one, but he does have a bunch of tattoos going down his shoulder and his arm. And he's got these gauntlets that are painted on as well, which are kind of like strapless over here. And he's got some lettering over here. I don't know what that's about. And then he's got his brown pants. Kind of look orange here, but I promise you they're brown. And they've even got the detail of the black markings on the inner thighs, which is pretty cool. And the one thing I don't like is how the boots are really small, so they look really thin compared to the rest of the body. But just as a height comparison, here he is next to Tyler Breeze, or in front of him or whatever. He's ginormous. It's pretty awesome. It's a really cool figure. You know, I kind of take back my words on slandering this guy and his figure, because I really wasn't looking forward to it at all. But having it here, it definitely proved me wrong. I think it's something that you should pick up. It's really going to stand out in your collection for a number of reasons. Really do enjoy this, and that's going to do it for this edition of Mail Call. By the way, I hope one day we do get the Braun Strowman James Ellsworth 2-pack. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you slap a like. I want to make Mail Call more of a rare thing. I just feel like I was overdoing it too much. So if you want to see more, leave a like. Let me know what you thought. And as always, stay tuned to the next one.